We're going to be heading to Hughes Gray. Harry doesn't want to do an intro. He's feeling a little bit camera shy now that he's walking away. So we're going to be heading to Hughes Gray. We're going to be doing some thermoplastic line marking there. Now, I'm actually not going to make it to the site, so we've got some hatching to do, some arrows. This is all part of a contract because where we are, let me show you out my window. There we go. You can just make it out there now. So anyway, we contacted these guys maybe a year ago. Now, this is something I don't like to do. We did it as a cold call. So I don't really like cold calling as such, but one of our ex-salespeople before they left, and Laura's laughing because not only did they leave, they tried to steal our customers. Anyway, one good thing she did do, she went across to this builders merchants, she had a chat with them, said,
hey, by the way, your lines are absolutely terrible. Can we, give you guys a quote?
Now, it's not something I like to do, it's not the way we normally work. Anyway, it took about a year to come off, but we eventually got a contract in place to redo all of their sites for line marking. Now, some of the sites they've requested thermoplastic, other ones they want acrylics, other ones MMAs. It really depends on which area, what they want, what the preference is for that site. So that's what we're doing this week. So I've actually got 3 sites to do. We're doing one Coventry Way, we've got one in Weston Supermare, and I think we've got one in Bristol is the other one as well. Anyway, I'm not going to make it to the first one. We're going to wrap the week up, I think, at a school in North London. You know what, let's just get on with it. Let's just show you what we're up to. First site you can see all sorted. We're now going to jump to another site. This is actually one that I did come to. So we put an MMA paint down for part of it, and we also ground all the floor off as well. So we're doing some hatch line markings, we've got some arrows, some text. This one went mostly well. There was one guy on site that was being just a real pain in the ass, and he kept walking on the lines. I actually think on purpose. In fact, he even drove his forklift over it at one point. We said to him, like, you can't go on it for like half an hour. And he's like, well, I've got stuff to do. Just drove straight over the lines and left paint absolutely everywhere. A real pain, to be honest, that one. So for this one, it's an overmark. Everything's already in place. We're literally going to grind the surface off. That'll expose the pores of the concrete. We can then clean it with a vacuum, get the primer down onto it, then we can paint it. Now we've got a mix of spray application as well as some hand applicable MMAs to go down. We're actually using a roll plus. So a couple of weeks ago, I told you guys we got some free paints from Gavico, and I actually have another video coming up for that as well. But they sent us these free paints, and one of them is this tomato red. Honestly thought we'd never be able to use it anywhere. Ironically, this site here needs red, and they were happy with tomato red, of course, and yeah, we've actually found a use for it. So thanks a lot again, Gavico, for that one. Believe it or not, I actually have another one. So in a couple of weeks' time, we haven't filmed it just yet, but I got an email this morning to say that Gavico have a new 2-component paint coming out. This is for indoor use. It's a sort of a hybrid between acrylic and epoxy. So they're sending it out to us, and they want us to do a couple of sample installations and share it with you guys. Yeah, see how it goes. Now, as you guys know, I am a huge fan of their products anyway, so I'm sure it will go great. But it's always, you know, when it's a brand new product, it's always a little bit risky. So we're going to do it on something small, see how it goes from there. But I'm sure they've already tested everything. Anyway, let's crack on with this site. I'll show you exactly what we're going to do on this one. So we've come down to this job in Weston Supermare. Now I'm here with Lee, but I'm also here with my mate Terry. See, Terry runs a company called WSM, Weston Supermare Line Marking and Traffic Management. This is him right behind us. He's come on site to give me a hand today. Now I didn't plan for Terry to be here, but we got to site and the car park was pretty busy. It's on tarmac and Terry was literally around the corner. So I dropped in to see him and said, hey Terry, by the way, doing a job, any chance you could possibly come around and give us a hand? What do you know, he's come out to help us. This is what I think is special about the line marking industry, because you meet people like Terry who come out, they help you out, they put the installs in, they give you a hand with things that need doing, and it just makes such a big difference to, well, both the industry, the people you meet, like the whole thing is just amazing. Anyway, this is Terry's Rexmar truck with Summerford boilers fitted. There's a 3 boiler system on the back, so you can do blacking out, yellow and white. And what we're going to be doing is installing the parking bays along here. So these are going to be hand molded in. And we've got a little walkway line just going in down the side here. We've then got the parking bays that are going this side here. Now the difficulty we got is obviously they don't want to shut the car park, so we have to get this done pretty quickly. Now the idea obviously was that everything would be closed for us. Unfortunately it isn't, hence we've moved to a thermoplastic system. Very lucky that Terry's come out to give us a hand with it. So we'll have a quick brush off, get everything ready, and then we'll use a straight edge and hand mold it all down the side. Luckily, the rain hasn't hit us yet because it was looking pretty rough for a while. I thought we were going to get absolutely soaked, but we've been okay, luckily. So this system is ready to go. Looking forward to getting these ones in. Feature on this week's episode.
I'm getting out of the room.
Laura's husband has joined us this week, and he has joined us in a sales position. So he started on Monday, and Laura is now working with her husband in the same office. It'll be perfectly fine. Marriage is not going to be an issue. And we are actually going to go to a school down in North London that I mentioned to you. Now, for this one, we're going to be using a 2-component paint called MMA. It does have a long name. I honestly can't ever remember what it means and stands for, and it's just not really that important, quite frankly. It's some methyl methacrylate. It's a great product. It's 2-component. It's really durable. That's kind of all you need to know. Now, the only thing I would say with MMA, we've had a couple of issues in the past where we've applied it too thick. Now, the way this MMA works is we use a glass bead that drops on top of it. So the paint goes down, and it doesn't cure until you put a peroxide to mix in with it. Now, if we were doing a hand applicable MMA, we'd mix the peroxide in with the paint, and it's like Percodox, whatever they want to call it, or BPO. We mix it in with the paint, and then we can hand lay it, and it dries in about 20 minutes. For this version, it's a sprayable MMA, which means we'll put it in the machine, but in order to cure it and harden it, we're going to use a coated glass bead. So the glass bead does 2 things. One, it gives us retroreflectivity, so when the lights hit the beads, it sort of reflects back, and that works really nice at night time. So really, really good for that. The other one it gives us though is the glass itself is coated with the peroxide. So the beads have to sort of not dissolve, but the peroxide, if you like, sort of dissolves off the bead, and that aids the curing. In fact, what I think would be really, really good, maybe we can talk to somebody like Kavico and see if they'll let us come and do like a factory tour or something like that, so we can see exactly how those paints are made and how they're supposed to work properly, because I realise my explanation is probably, you know, a little bit simplified. But essentially the peroxide will soak into the paint, that will aid the curing for us, and the glass will sit on top, and that'll give us the retroreflectivity. Now the issue I mentioned before is we've had is when we put the paint down too thick, it cures on top and not underneath. This of course can happen with acrylic paints as well, but we've noticed it on MMAs, and the bigger issue, why I think it's more important, to really set the camera, the bigger issue I think here and why it's more important is because an acrylic will cure if you expose it to the air anyway. So if it's too thick, somebody drives on it, it'll open up and then it will cure again. The MMA won't, because it needs that peroxide to cure. It will stay wet and tacky, and once you get that on the ground, it is an absolute bastard to get off. I mean, that's both good and bad, because obviously you want the lines down. It's just when you get it in the wrong place, you know, like someone who drives through it or walks through it, then it's a nightmare. So anyway, we're gonna jump to the school, show you what we're up to with that one. 2-component paint using my favorite machine, the Graco 5900. Now, technically this job is actually through Edgy Lines, but I'm gonna film it as part of this episode for you. And we're actually using the Graco 5900, as I mentioned. We have got the brand new Graco 130 HS, which we've just broken in this week. But I didn't take it on this job. I actually used the 59 because I didn't want to get it filled with like MMA and then clean it out. I've got a particular paint that I've got planned for it. So for a different project, I mean, for this machine. So that's why I didn't want to put it in and then have to clean it all. Plus I wanted to film that as a separate thing for you. Anyway, let's run over to the school. I'll show you what we're up to in North London. Let's jump to it.
Gotta stop, 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 gotta stop playing this, gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta playing this game. Gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta stop. Gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta stop playing this, gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta stop, gotta stop playing this, gotta stop, gotta stop.